Picked up this new SSD NS-94, new to me. Got it offline for an awesome deal. Had a lot of work to do to it whenever I first got it in. Had some really bad warps in the neck. I had some unlevel frets, but I took it up to my local music store, Action Sound, and one of the guitar techs there, Caleb, put his magic on it and got the sucker straightened out, recrowned and leveled the frets for me. Got it looking beautiful, and it also had the original brass nut on there, but it was kind of crappy. And what they did was they took the nut off and they used the original nut, but they leveled it out, rounded it off, polished it, and re-slotted the spacings for the strings. And man, it's a night and day difference. This thing looks like a jewel on the top of this sucker. It is just beautiful. Beautiful nut. But anyway, they cleaned out the pots and stuff on the preamp and the volume pots there, and got this thing playing like a champ. Sounded pretty good when it first came in, but with all those warps in the neck, a lot of the notes up here were just dead, and right around here was just unplayable. But now, plays like a champ. No dead notes, no rattly frets or nothing. Sounds fantastic. So I'm just gonna show this bass off a little bit. I didn't really know too much about the NS-94s. Didn't see too much stuff online about them. But man, the construction quality on these basses are just amazing. It's Korean made, neck through. The neck joint on here is a lot like the neck joint on my USA NS2. It's more of a gradual slope into the body, and it's also got a little bit wider of a hand space right there in this cutaway, so your hand actually sits really well right there whenever you're playing, and that gradual slope is just very comfortable. Heck, it could probably even stand to be a little bit more drastic of a slope, that way your hand gets in there even sooner. But it's very comfortable, and it's really similar to the USA neck. It seems like there's a little bit more of a radius on this fretboard than on the USA's. My USA seems pretty flat. It's got a slight radius to it, but it's pretty flat. Neck size, like width, this one's a little bit narrower up here at the nut, but it's actually a little bit more comfortable for me. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, so it's a little bit more comfortable if I'm playing up here. But this thing is really great. I was very surprised by the build quality on these things. Like I said, neck through. It's all maple. I expected it to be pretty heavy to be an all maple bass, but it's not. It's surprisingly light, and it's very comfortable. Balances very well. Neck doesn't dive or anything on it, so this thing is pretty great. So I'm just going to play it a little bit for you today, and try to stop talking. But I'm running into a Ampeg PF20T through a 115 cabinet, and I'm also running into an Allen B50W. It's a vintage all tube 50 watt amplifier from the 50s. It gets a really good clean tone, and so does the Ampeg PF20T, but I usually run some distortion into it. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to run it clean for a little while just so you can hear what it sounds like with just clean the sound of the bass, and then I'm going to throw in the HX bass soul food pedal into the chain with the Ampeg and use this amp to blend in the clean, and you'll kind of get a good hear of my tone. But just wanted to show this bass off, so without any further ado, hope you enjoy it. Volume pots are both on max, and both of the tone controls, it's got an active boost system in there. The bass boost, treble boost, everything's all the way up. punchy, very punchy. I'm going to dial back on the bass boost a little bit, just put it about halfway, and you can hear what it sounds like with the treble boosted and bass at the middle. I'm going to roll back the volume on the bridge pickup and just kind of blend in a little bit more of this pickup here. Boosted the bass slightly. Go back to full boost on everything, slightly roll back the volume on this bridge pickup. All the way. Roll back. Tend to like everything kind of maxed out on here. Maybe a slight roll back on the bass. Bass boosted. Very bright, very punchy. Let me go ahead and I'm going to dial in some of this bass over here. I usually have my bass and treble slightly past the 12 o'clock position. Roll my mids back. Just trying to get the volumes pretty close. I adjusted my amp. I had them set similar just to give that punchy brightness to it. Now I'm rolling it back to what I normally have it set at. And I've got the mid-range probably about 10 o'clock, the treble at 1, bass at 1, and the gain is just on 2. So, and the volume's dimed out. That way I get that tube, that power tube saturation in there. Anyway, here's what it sounds like with both of them together at this normal, without the bass sulfur. And now, engaging the bass sulfur, and I'm just going to play some stuff for you, and you can see what it sounds like. We've got a little bit of distortion going on through the Ampeg. Here's the tone, just the Ampeg and the bass sulfur. My bad. Here's the Ampeg with the bass sulfur. Set, everything, stop jacking around. I'm going to put them both in the mix here. Now, clean tone from here, distortion from here. Man, this thing sounds amazing. I wish I could crank these amps up and really show you the character of these amps when they're just balls to the wall. But the tone of it right now is really good, just a bedroom volume. But man, when these things crank up, especially this guy, man, it just comes alive. But I hope you can get a sense of the tone of this bass through these examples here. But here's a few more things for you. Disengage the soul food for that riff. Sounds a little bit better with just the clean and the natural overdrive of the amps here. Love it, love it. Awesome. If you ever get the chance, go out, get you a SSD NS-94. Get you an awesome nut made out of brass, put on that sucker if it doesn't already have a good one on there. And man, it's awesome. What can I say? I wish they would also come back out with this body style. I honestly like the wider body on it. It's got a little bit more room to anchor my arm when I'm playing dumb stuff like that. But got this thing for $207 on eBay. Ridiculous. I see them going for $500-$600 all the time online. NS-94 or the NS-95 5-string version. If you get a chance to snatch one up, get it. Just get it.